Today, we're going to go over the 7-step process of becoming a consistent, profitable trader. And how long would it take you to finish all those 7 steps? Stay tuned, my friend. Take notes, and let's get right at it. Hey my friends, Zach here, and welcome to the World of Investing, a channel to help new and struggling traders to improve on their trading and investing skills. Step number 1 is education. There's 2, basic education and advanced education. Let's talk about basic education first. In basic education, you have to learn the terms and definition that traders use, and that's divided into 2. Technical terms, for example, candlesticks, charts, moving averages, price action, order types, support and resistance. Speaking of, I am putting together a crash course to be published on YouTube for basic information. And part number 2 is fundamental terms. For example, news, stock float, short percent, days to cover, stock split, stock reverse split, and more of these. I will be making small videos under the terms and definition playlist in my YouTube channel. I'm gonna try to work on them very hard to get them covered in the near future. So make sure you subscribe to this channel so you don't miss out on these educational videos. And there is the advanced education. After knowing all these technical terms and definitions and fundamental terms and definitions, now it's time to put it all together. And that is called setups. We learn different setups. We study it carefully and we memorize it carefully, and you write it down with all the check marks on all the conditions and the playbook that you have. This is a whole setup. Step number 2, guess what? More education, but this is different type of education. You gotta learn about the market psychology, and that has to do with trying to understand the psychology of the market and try to analyze the story that the market is trying to tell you, and learn how to read the battles between the bears and the bulls and who's has the higher probability to win. It's very crucial to understand the psychology of the market. I know I'm saying it a lot, but I'm also preparing market psychology video, and it's very nice video. I'm trying to animate it. I'm working on it. It's not easy, but it's gonna be out there very soon. And I have tried to explain it in a very different way that no other trader have explained it that way. Wait for it and tune up for it. It's coming. Step number 3, start paper trading. And if you don't know what paper trading is, I will leave a link in the description below so you can watch what is paper trading and how to switch from real money to paper trading and paper trading to real money. But watch that video if you don't know what paper trading is. But that's step number 3. You start implementing the setups that you've learned, along with trying to read the psychology of the market, putting them together and try to implement your setups, and keep practicing until you at least minimum you achieve 60% accuracy. So every 100 trades you have to have 60 right. 60 you are right and 40 you're wrong minimum. And by the way guys, if you hit 60 and above, that's a very good ratio. People can make money even if they're making 50-50. But I'm talking about paper trading and practicing. You must practice until you get 60% accuracy, and that way you'll gain more trust in your analysis. You also learn how to execute those setups in paper trading, and which order types you use, and how to get used to all these kind of trading setups and trading techniques, and how to get better and fast, and don't panic with time and a short time frame. You keep practicing until you start getting it right. And while you're in step number 3, you start step number 4. And guess what? More education. And it's all about trader psychology. And trader psychology talks about FOMO, it talks about revenge trading, losing streaks, winning streaks, how to deal with big wins, how to deal with big losses, how to deal with consecutive losses, and most of all, finding your personality in trading, finding your trader identity. And I'll be touching on a lot of those in the near future in different recaps. How did I feel? What was my emotions during those trades? We'll talk about those more often. And now we get to the step number 5. Step number 5 is, while you're paper trading, while you're learning about the trader psychology, you have to learn about risk management. And that, for me, that's the biggest part of these whole 6 steps. Risk management is the key to your emotions. It's the key to your profits. It's the key to your living. It's the key to a proper execution. It's the key for everything, in my opinion. And I will be doing a lot of courses on these after I cover the basic first. Risk management, it's not only learning how to calculate your losses, or how to calculate your position size, or how to mitigate risk only. It's managing your whole account and knowing how to preserve your mental capital more than your financial capital. Guys, it's a big subject. When people think risk management, they tell you, oh, risk management, it's only about position sizing, or where's my stop loss, or that's not, it is a part of it, but that's a small part of it. That's a small part of risk management. I'll tell you, my friend, I went and I looked a lot about risk management to learn about risk management, and I couldn't find any on YouTube. It's actually basically they're telling you where to put your stop loss and how much you're gonna risk on that certain trade or on that certain trade. Oh boy, I have a lot to say about this subject. Just make sure you stay tuned. And before I get to step 6, guys, if you feel I'm giving value in this video, give me the thumbs up, and let's move on to step number 6. Set up another paper trading account with the same amount of money that you're initially willing to start trading with in your real life money. Okay, so if I want to start with a $10,000 account after I learn, so I set up my paper trading account to $10,000 and I make sure I can grow it. And if you're starting with a $500 account, also start with a paper trade account of 500 and make sure you know what you're doing and you make sure you know how to grow it. And my friend, if you're confused on how much money you should start with, I'm gonna leave in the description below a link of a video. It's a small account versus big accounts and finding out how much money you should start with. It's very informative as well. So after you do that, prove to yourself that you can grow this account, even if it's a big account, even if it's a small account. Depends how much you're gonna start with, but prove to yourself that you can grow it in paper trading, because if you can't, what makes you think that you can grow a regular account if you can't grow a paper trading account? And if you do not succeed in paper trading, in growing this account, let's say you blew up the account, start again and then start again until you make sure you can grow that account. Make sure you implement everything you know, everything you learned previously into those paper trading practices. My friend, I know it requires patience. I know you're spending time and you're not making real money, but trust me, that's the safest way you can become a consistent profitable trader. And that's very important, consistency. I was a profitable trader for 6 months. I thought I was profitable, but I wasn't consistent. I didn't know enough until I went back to paper trading and I made sure I was consistently profitable. My friend, it's your hard-earned money. Why risk it? Please don't skip this step. A lot of people do skip this step. I know they do. I know they blow up lot of accounts, and there are some traders that actually made it without this step, and they are consistent profitable traders. But after what? After they lost a ton of money. They lost a lot of money, my friend. I wouldn't do that, and I would advise others not to do that. Let me tell you one more thing. Do not give up in this stage. A lot of people give up at this stage. So you're not losing real money, so do not accept failure. Redo it and keep doing it until you are 100% sure that you know what you're doing before you jump to real money. And you figure out a lot of problems that you've been doing or a lot of mistakes you've been doing and document them down. And lastly, we get to step number 7. After you've been successful in paper trading in step number 6 for months, now it's time to move to your real money trading. And there is 2 things to note. Number 1, your real emotions are gonna be playing a big role. Remember in step 4 when we talked about trader psychology. You think you know yourself? I thought I did. No, you don't. You know you don't. And trust me, you don't. You will figure out yourself in this stage. You will realize your weaknesses, your strength. My major weakness was FOMO. I was a big fat FOMO guy, and it took me time to get rid of it. Also, I had another thing, dealing with big losses, but I got rid of it and I knew how to deal with it, and it was quick. But FOMO, it took me a long time. My friend, I don't think there is a mistake in the books that I haven't done in trading. I have done them all. Some of them I got rid of them right away. I realized them, I wrote them down, I got rid of them right away. And some of them, I still struggle till today. Now, on a very, very, very lower portion, but I do sometimes struggle. And you will be having a lot of battles with yourself. And you will be doing a lot of things that you weren't doing when you were paper trading. 2, in that video about paper trading that I made, I get to a point where I explain in details how to switch from paper trading to real money trading. Watch it and you might be able to prevent going through emotional battles. So keep doing and do the proper switch, and I'm pretty sure you'll become a consistent, profitable trader one day. Now the big question comes in: how long would it take me to cover all these 7 steps and become a consistent, profitable trader? Before I answer the question, keep something in mind. Trading is different than investing. I'm talking about trading. Investing is a side hustle where you can make a better retirement or build your wealth. Trading is a skill. It's a new skill that you are learning, and it's a whole new trade, not a trading trade. It's a trade, like a plumber is a trade, and trading is a trade. They ask you, what do you do? I'm a stock trader. And that takes new skills to learn. Let me ask that question. If you want to become an engineer, how long would it take you? 4 years. And if you want to become a licensed plumber, 4 years. Or if you want to become so-and-so, 4 years. And if you want to become 2-3 years. Well, I'll tell you something. It's not a thing that you can do overnight. It takes you time to do it. It's like any other trade. But I can tell you, I've seen people that have done it in 6 months. They became a consistent, profitable trader. And I've seen people that taken 2 years. And that I consider is the average. 2 years. Some have taken 4 or 5. Even a person that I know, it took him 8 years. But in average, it's 2 years. I would say roughly around 2 years, 18 months. I would say 20 months, some 2 years and a half, 2 years. That's the average that you can complete all these steps and become a consistent, profitable trader while you have another job. It's not a full-time, and you're doing this part-time. Side hustle, learning on the side. The only problem with this is that you can go and open an account and start trading tomorrow without a license. While other trades, you need a license and you need to be certified. And that's why 90% of traders lose money in the market. 90% of traders lose in the market because they don't have the proper education. They didn't do the proper training. They did not try to work on themselves. They're not trying to follow these kind of steps that I put together to, that's why they go and fail. They blow up their account and they say, well, you know what? That's a scam. We don't make money. Of course, you're not going to make money. If you don't have the proper education, you don't know what the hell you're doing, you're not going to make money. And if I tell you, if engineering doesn't require a certificate, people can go, 99% of the people would fail engineering. And the reason is because they don't have the proper education. That's normal, guys. But there's a whole Wall Street out there, and they're all traders on the floor, on the computers. There's a lot of successful traders out there that have proper education. I hope I helped out in this video. We'll see you in the next one.